Have you ever stopped to think about why some people are treated like an option and others like a priority? Why do some people ask and receive and others ask and get ignored? The difference is not luck, not looks, not money. It's because one of them learned something nobody ever taught you. When you are available for everything and everyone, you lose value. Just like that. In silence, without even noticing. Every time you reply instantly. Every time you make an exception. Every time you give in without being asked, you are sending a message to the world. You can treat me however you want, I'll accept it. And the world accepts the invitation. But today, that changes. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop being what everyone has access to and start being what everyone wants to reach. How to become rare. How to become expensive. How to make people miss you before you even leave. Now answer me in the comments, and I want you to be honest. Have you ever felt undervalued by someone who should have respected you? Have you ever given everything to someone and received nothing but indifference in return? Write down below. I've been through this. Because if you have, this video was made for you. If you made it this far, it's because something inside you already knows you deserve more than you've been getting. So subscribe to the channel right now, because every single day there's content here that the system doesn't want you to know. Let's get started. Intro: the hidden law of value. There is a law that governs every human relationship, every friendship, every romance, every business deal, every social interaction. It is not written in any book. It is not taught in any school. But every single person on this planet operates by it, whether they know it or not. The law of perceived value. And it says this: people do not value what they can easily have. Read that again slowly. People do not value what they can easily have. Think about water. You drink it every day. You need it to survive. But do you think about it? Do you cherish it? Do you fight for it? Now think about a diamond. You don't need a diamond to survive. It won't feed you. It won't heal you. But people spend fortunes on them. Why? Because diamonds are rare. And here is the brutal truth nobody wants to tell you. You have been living your life like water, essential, always available, always there, wondering why nobody treats you like a diamond. Today, that ends. In this video, we are going to go deep into the philosophy of scarcity, value, and power. We are going to pull from the wisdom of the Stoics, from Machiavelli, from the greatest thinkers who ever walked this earth. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why you have been undervalued, and precisely what to do to change that forever. Here is what we are covering today. First, why availability destroys value and how you've been unknowingly giving yourself away. Second, the Stoic philosophy of self-worth and why Marcus Aurelius warned against seeking approval. Third, Machiavelli's secret weapon, the power of scarcity in relationships and power dynamics. Fourth, the 7 behaviors that make you rare and expensive in every area of life. Fifth, how to rebuild your value starting today, even if you've spent years being overlooked. This is not a motivational speech. This is a manual. Let's begin. Part 1. Why availability destroys value. Let's start at the root of the problem. From the moment we are born, we are taught to be good, to be kind, to be helpful, to be there for people, to never say no, to always make time, to always pick up the phone. And those are beautiful qualities, in the right context. But somewhere along the way, something went wrong. Being available became being desperate. Being kind became being a doormat. Being helpful became being taken for granted. And most people don't even realize it's happening until they wake up one day surrounded by people who don't respect them, in relationships where they are the only ones trying, in jobs where they are the most dedicated but the least rewarded. Sound familiar? Here is what nobody tells you about human psychology. The human brain is wired to assign value based on scarcity. This is not a theory, this is biology, This is evolution. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors survived by placing high value on things that were hard to find: food, shelter, mates, alliances. The brain still works this way today. When something is easy to get, the brain labels it as low value. When something is hard to get, the brain labels it as high value. This happens automatically, below the level of conscious thought, which means no matter how much someone consciously tells themselves they value you, if you are always available, always accommodating, always saying yes, their subconscious brain is quietly filing you under low value. And that subconscious label affects everything: how they speak to you, how they treat you, whether they think of you first or last, whether they fight for you or let you go without a second thought. Now here is where it gets even more interesting. The more available you are, the more people unconsciously begin to test you. They push a little. They cancel plans. They respond late. They take their time getting back to you. And if you absorb all of that without consequence, if you stay available, stay patient, stay accommodating, they push further. Not because they are evil, not because they are consciously trying to disrespect you, but because their brain is running a program that says, this person has no boundaries, no standards, no self-worth. I can keep pushing, and so they do. This is the invisible trap that millions of people are living in right now. They are good people, loyal people, loving people, hardworking people, but they have accidentally trained the world to undervalue them. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of the most powerful philosophers in history, said something that changed the way I see the world. He said that we teach people how to treat us, not with words, not with speeches, not with ultimatums, but with what we accept, with what we tolerate, with what we allow to continue. Every time you absorb disrespect in silence, you are teaching someone that disrespect is acceptable. Every time you chase someone who pulls away, you are teaching them that pulling away brings you closer. Every time you over-explain yourself to someone who doesn't listen, you are teaching them that your words don't need to be heard. You are the author of how you are treated, and the first step to changing how the world sees you is changing what you are willing to accept from it. But before we talk about what to do, we need to go deeper into why this happens, because the real root of over-availability is not generosity. It is fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of rejection. Fear of conflict. Fear of not being enough. Most people are not available because they want to be. They are available because they are afraid of what happens if they're not. Afraid that if they say no, people will leave. Afraid that if they pull back, they will be forgotten. Afraid that if they stop giving, they will have nothing left to offer. And so they keep giving, keep accommodating, keep showing up, until they have nothing left. This is the cycle of the undervalued person, and it is brutal. But here is the truth that will set you free. The people who leave when you set a boundary were never really there for you. They were there for what you provided. And the moment you understand that, truly understand it, everything changes. Part 2. The Stoic Philosophy of Self-Worth. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man on earth. Emperor of Rome, commander of the greatest military force in history, master of the known world. And yet, he wrote in his private journal every single day about one thing above all else: the danger of seeking validation from others. In his meditations, he wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me how easily we love ourselves more than others, yet we set more store by their opinions than our own." Think about that for a moment. The most powerful man who ever lived, warning himself daily not to care what people thought of him. Why? Because Marcus Aurelius understood something that most people never learn. The moment you need someone's approval, you give them power over you. And the Stoics built an entire philosophy around reclaiming that power. The core principle of Stoicism is simple. There are things within your control, and things outside your control. What is within your control? Your thoughts, your actions, your values, your standards, your response to the world. What is outside your control? Everything else. What people think of you, whether they like you, whether they value you, whether they stay. The Stoic path to becoming rare and expensive begins here, with a radical acceptance of this truth. You cannot control whether people value you, but you can control whether you value yourself. And here is the paradox that will change your life. The less you need people to value you, the more they do. This is not a trick. This is not manipulation. This is the natural law of human psychology in action. When you carry yourself like someone who does not need external validation, when you make decisions based on your own values, not on what will make people like you, you become magnetic. Because confidence is rare. True, unshakable, self-sourced confidence is one of the rarest things in the world. Most people are constantly scanning the room, checking faces, reading reactions, adjusting their words and behavior to match what they think others want to see. They are performing, and people can feel that performance. They can smell the desperation underneath it, and it repels them. But the person who walks into a room and genuinely does not need anyone's approval, who speaks their truth without apology, who holds their standards without negotiation, that person commands attention, not because they are trying to, but because they are not. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Retire into yourself as much as you can. Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This is the blueprint for becoming rare. Stop performing for the crowd. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never designed for you. Stop adjusting your standards to accommodate people who have none. Retire into yourself. Know who you are. Know what you stand for. Know what you will and will not accept. And then, hold that line, no matter what. Because your standards are your price tag, and the world will pay exactly what you charge. Part 3. Machiavelli's secret weapon, the power of scarcity. Now let's talk about Machiavelli. Most people hear the name Machiavelli and think manipulation, cruelty, ruthlessness. But that is a misreading of one of history's greatest strategic minds. Machiavelli was not teaching people to be evil. He was teaching people to see the world as it actually is, not as we wish it were. And one of his most powerful observations was this: men value most what costs them most. Read that again. Men value most what costs them most. This is not cynical. This is human nature. And once you accept it, really accept it, you can stop fighting against it and start working with it. Machiavelli observed that princes who were too easily accessible, who opened their doors to everyone, who were always available, always generous, always accommodating, were ultimately disrespected. Not because people were ungrateful, but because the human mind cannot sustain reverence for something it can have without effort. Think about the things you have worked hardest for in your life, the degree you stayed up all night studying for, the relationship you had to earn, the body you built through months of discipline, the business you built from nothing. You treasure those things. You protect them. You don't take them for granted. Now think about the things that came easy, the gifts you didn't ask for, the opportunities that fell into your lap, the people who were always there no matter what you did. You appreciated them, in theory, but did you truly value them the way you valued the things you worked for? Be honest. This is not a flaw in your character. It is how the human brain works, and Machiavelli's genius was in understanding that you could use this principle strategically, not to manipulate people, but to position yourself in a way that commands genuine respect. Here are 3 of Machiavelli's core principles of scarcity and power. Principle 1. Control access. The prince who sees everyone sees no one special. When you are accessible to all, you become ordinary to all. This does not mean you become cold or distant. It means you become intentional. You choose who gets your time, you choose who gets your energy, you choose who gets the full version of you. Not everyone deserves that, and acting as if they do cheapens you. Principle 2. Let silence do the work. Machiavelli wrote that words are cheap, actions are expensive, and silence is priceless. The person who over-explains, over-justifies, over-communicates, signals insecurity. They are trying to convince others of their worth. But worth does not need to be argued. It is demonstrated through presence, through calm, through the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly who they are. When someone disrespects you, silence is more powerful than any response. When someone tests your boundaries, consistency is more powerful than any speech. When someone tries to pull you into chaos, stillness is more powerful than any reaction. Learn to be comfortable with silence. It is the language of the powerful. Principle 3. Create distance to create desire. Machiavelli observed that absence, true, deliberate absence, creates longing. The person who is always present is never missed. The person who pulls back, even slightly, suddenly becomes the subject of thought. This is not about playing games. It is about understanding that your presence should be a privilege, not a default. When people know that your time is limited, that your energy is precious, that your attention is earned, they treat it accordingly, and they treat you accordingly. Part 4. The 7 behaviors that make you rare and expensive. Now let's get practical. Here are the 7 behaviors that will transform how the world perceives you, starting today. Behavior 1. Stop explaining yourself. Every time you over-explain a decision, why you said no, why you're unavailable, why you changed your mind, you are asking for permission to have boundaries. Rare people don't explain, they decide. No is a complete sentence. I'm not available requires no further justification. That doesn't work for me needs no apology. The more you explain, the more you invite negotiation. The more you negotiate your boundaries, the less people respect them. Practice making decisions without explaining them. The discomfort you feel is the feeling of reclaiming your power. Behavior 2. Respond on your timeline, not theirs. You are not a customer service line. You are not obligated to be available 24 hours a day. The person who always responds instantly signals that they have nothing more important going on. Take your time. Finish what you are doing. Respond when it is convenient for you. This is not rudeness. This is self-respect, and people will unconsciously respect you more for it. Behavior 3. Say no more than you say yes. Every yes you give costs you something: time, energy, attention, peace. The person who says yes to everything has nothing left for themselves, and ironically, the person who says yes to everything is trusted with nothing important, because everyone knows they can't say no. Start saying no without guilt. Say no to things that don't align with your values. Say no to people who drain you. Say no to opportunities that don't move you forward. Your no is what makes your yes meaningful. Behavior 4. Stop chasing. This is perhaps the most important behavior on this list. Stop chasing people. Stop chasing validation. Stop chasing approval. When you chase, you signal that you are lower value than whatever you are chasing. The lion does not chase the mouse. It moves with purpose, and the world adjusts around it. Move with purpose. Let people come to you, and the ones who don't were never meant to be in your life. Behavior 5. Invest in yourself relentlessly. The most expensive version of you is the most developed version of you. Read, study, train, build, create, learn. Every skill you acquire, every book you finish, every discipline you master, adds to your value. The person who is constantly growing has a natural gravity. They don't need to announce their worth. It radiates from everything they do. Rare people are rare because they do what most people won't. Most people watch. Rare people study. Most people complain. Rare people adapt. Most people wait. Rare people build. Which one are you choosing to be? Behavior 6. Master your emotions. The person who reacts to everything controls nothing. Every time you lose your composure, every time you respond to provocation with emotion, you hand your power to whoever provoked you. The Stoics called this the inner citadel, the fortress of the mind that cannot be breached from outside. Build your inner citadel. When someone insults you, observe the feeling. Don't react to it. When someone tries to manipulate you, notice the attempt. Don't engage with it. When chaos erupts around you, be the stillness in the center of the storm. Emotional mastery is one of the rarest and most attractive qualities a person can possess, because in a world where everyone is reacting, the person who responds deliberately stands alone. Behavior 7. Know your worth and act like it. This is where everything comes together. All the strategies in the world mean nothing if you don't believe at your core that you are worth more than you have been accepting. And so I want to ask you something directly. What have you been accepting that you know you shouldn't? What relationships are you staying in out of fear? What jobs are you tolerating out of habit? What treatment are you absorbing out of a need to be liked? Write it down, right now, in the comments. Because naming what you have been accepting is the first step to refusing it. You are not a backup plan. You are not a second option. You are not someone to be used when convenient and ignored when not. You are rare. You are valuable. You are expensive. And it is time to start acting like it. Part 5. How to rebuild your value. Starting today. Maybe you are listening to this and thinking, it's too late for me. I've already trained people to undervalue me. I've already spent years being too available, too accommodating, too easy to have. I want to tell you something important. It is never too late to change the price you charge for yourself. But I will be honest with you. It will not be comfortable. When you start setting boundaries with people who have never seen you set them, they will push back. When you start saying no to people who are used to hearing yes, they will be confused, maybe angry. When you start pulling back your availability, some people will accuse you of changing, of being cold, of being difficult. Let them. Because here is what they are really saying. I preferred you when you were easier to control, and that tells you everything you need to know. The people who celebrate your growth, who respect your new standards, who rise to meet the new version of you, those are your people. The ones who punish you for having boundaries, who guilt you for saying no, who disappear when you stop overgiving. They were never there for you. They were there for the access. Here is your action plan for the next 30 days. Week 1. Audit your relationships. Who in your life drains you? Who takes more than they give? Who only calls when they need something? Make the list. Be honest. Week 2. Practice saying no. Start small. 1 no per day. No explanation, no apology, just no. Notice how it feels. Notice how people respond. Week 3. Reclaim your time. Identify where you are over-available, where you are responding too fast, agreeing too easily, showing up when you shouldn't. Pull back, deliberately, and observe what happens. Week 4. Invest in yourself. 1 hour per day, minimum, on your own development. Read, train, build a skill, work on your goals. Become someone you are genuinely proud of. Do this for 30 days, and I promise you, the way people treat you will begin to shift. Not because you became cold, not because you became arrogant, but because you became someone who knows their worth, and the world can feel that. Today we talked about the hidden law of value, and why availability destroys what scarcity protects. We went deep into Stoic philosophy, and how Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus built their power from within, not from the approval of others. We explored Machiavelli's principles of scarcity, control access, master silence, create distance to create desire. We walked through the 7 behaviors that make you rare and expensive, and why most people will never practice them. And we built your 30-day action plan to begin rebuilding your value starting today. Now I want to leave you with one final thought. The world will always try to make you common. Common is comfortable. Common is predictable. Common is easy to manage. But you were not built to be common. You were built to be rare. And rare things are never on sale. So starting today, raise your price. Set your standards. Hold your ground. Protect your energy. And let the world decide if it can afford you. Because the right people, the ones who deserve your time, your loyalty, your love, will pay the price without hesitation, and the ones who can't, let them shop somewhere else. Before you go, drop in the comments right now. What is one thing you are going to stop tolerating starting today? Write it down. Make it real. Make it public. Because the moment you say it out loud, it becomes a commitment. If this video spoke to something deep inside you, hit that like button. It takes 1 second and it helps this message reach someone who needs it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Because every week we go deeper into the philosophy of power, discipline, and self-mastery. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And I will see you in the next one. Stay rare. Stay expensive. Stay dangerous.